Okay. Well, it's nice. So nice to meet you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You know, we saw a little bit about what your resume looks like and your e-portfolio. What is that e-portfolio thing?
Well,
Where did you learn that?
Well, I had this professor in college, and he just basically talked us through the steps that you want to take to really present yourself online. And it's basically just a collaboration of all of the things that I've done, all of my interests, and you know, kind of my background a little bit and who I am. So it's more like a personal, presentation of myself online.
Tell me about yourself.
Professionally.
Tell me about yourself. I'm not sure whether you want to be, from your letter, wasn't really sure whether you wanted to be in front of the camera or behind the camera. Do you have a preference, and you know why?
Well, the funny thing is, I love the whole industry. I love everything about broadcast. I've done both. I've had experience behind the camera producing.
You have?
Yes.
Right, at an Access
Yes,
Television?
at Salem
What
Access with my school. We were affiliated with that, and one of the classes that I took was
Community television,
that,
is that it?
yes, it's a very local station, but that was actually kind of good because it was small. It was a low pressure environment where I got to get a lot of experience and I got to learn a lot about. I actually did some training with Final Cut Pro, iMovie. They had us do a couple productions where I was behind the camera, and then there were a couple where I was actually in front of it, and I was the talent, and I was a host and stuff like that. So I've done both. I think ultimately I want to be a news anchor for a broadcast station, so I would prefer to be in front of the camera, but I like all of it.
Well, how's your writing? You know, our anchors write copy.
Yeah,
and also the other thing is, these days, I guess, especially with with you might know this coming out of school now, that you have a blog, or you are very active in social media, because one of the things that we want people to do here is to be able to not only be on camera, write copy, maybe not do editing, but obviously be interviewing, but also be active in social media.
Right.
You know, that's the way this is going. Have you exposure to that?
Yeah, actually, while I was in college, I was very encouraged. I mean, I started off with Facebook. Everybody starts off with Facebook, and then eventually I was encouraged to get a Twitter as well.
So we have looked at your Facebook, and it's fine.
And it's very professional. I try to keep all of my social media very professional, including my Twitter. And I also have a LinkedIn account where obviously that's mainly business, so that's very professional and stuff. But as far as blogging goes, I have been thinking about starting a blog. I haven't actually yet, but I have friends that blog all the time. And when I was younger, I used to spend my free time just like writing short stories, just writing things out. I love to write. I would consider myself very articulate, and I have had some articles published in my school newspaper. I was the copy editor for that newspaper, so I have.
Do you have any film of you? You have any a reel or tape or anything of you on
not as like one collaboration of everything I've done, but there are some clips that I could probably get for you that are from the Salem
That'd be
Access
great.
thing that I did
Appreciate
in the
that. I haven't
studio.
seen that. That's good. You know, let me back up a larger question.
Okay.
You know, we're in a very competitive market.
Right.
With other affiliates. What do you know about us? Well, why us? Why not the NBC affiliate, or have you gone there, or what do you know about us and our mission?
I would love to stay local. I know that NBC, you really want to start out in New York or something. That's really not who I am. I was doing my research about different stations, and Channel 5 seems to be growing probably more than any other station that I really saw. They're like one of 6 stations that are broadcasting in Canada. They're like growing very fast. They took over WHDH, I believe, and
we did take
they
over.
Sorry, I know I'm saying it like you're not.
We did, yeah, sure.
Part
we
of
did.
their
we
station.
Did.
But yeah, no. So you guys are really growing. I really see myself growing in the industry, and so I want to be, along for the ride and contribute.
Here's the toughest question of all.
Oh, geez.
Can you get up at 3 in the morning?
Absolutely. The current job that I have now requires that I work long hours, that I work multiple days a week. This week alone, I'm working 6 days a week. And I've worked, 10 and 12, 13-hour days. I'm very hardworking, I'm very driven, and if it's something that I really love to do, then I will do whatever it takes to get there.
One last question. You can ask me a question. This is a very competitive business, and it's changing a lot.
Yes.
I think, how do we attract younger audiences? I mean, the national audience for the big national programs is 60 plus. We want to get people like you watching us. I mean, how do we do that?
Well,
what are we doing wrong?
I think the thing today is to be very very web savvy, very tech savvy, have things that are like you are able to access from the station that is online, like through Twitter, through Facebook, through like things that will pop up when younger viewers are, just browsing around doing whatever they want, and it kind of, pops up, advertising type stuff, and yeah, I don't know, just, make it more youthful, user-friendly.
How do you watch television? Do you watch Hulu, or do you sit on the couch and watch television? Do you get it off the laptop? Do you watch do you watch all the news programs? What are your media habits?
I personally, because of my crazy schedule, I'm full-time at school, and I am pretty much full-time working at the same time. So I don't have time to just sit on the couch and watch things when they're actually being aired most of the time. So the way that I get my news, the way I watch my favorite TV shows is, I'll go on Hulu, or like if it's on Netflix, I'll watch it that way. And that's really much easier for me in order to just, work it around my schedule as opposed to the other way around.
Great. Well, that's great. Do you have any questions for me?
Yeah, well, I was just wondering what the criteria was for like an entry-level job and how you would start working an entry-level position in order to, work yourself.
We wouldn't start you in front of the camera.
Right, no, I understand
We would
that.
start you writing some copy. We want to see what your writing is like,
Yeah.
and working with some of the people who have been here for a long, long time, and get you up early. And then possibly, how would you feel about doing, learning a little bit about weather?
About weather?
Mhm.
I would love to learn about weather. I'd love to learn about all of it.
A little meteorology? Didn't you take that in school, climate and weather or something
I
like that?
did. That was actually one
Yeah.
of the main courses
Okay.
that I had to take
That's
right
great.
from the
You
basic.
might
But
be
I
right.
actually loved it, believe it or not. I thought it was
Okay.
very interesting.
Well, that's great.
Surprisingly.
We'll be in touch with you. It was
Yes,
great to meet you.
it was great to meet
Thank you
you.
so much.
Thank you for bringing
so
me
much.
in.
How did you do?